Okay, here we are again. Edgar's morning walk at Hamilton Cemetery. Eventually we're going to run out of graves, but I don't think Edgar cares too much, right? I don't know if we'll ever see the sun again. Maybe that's affecting him. Anyway, we have a couple of graves right here. As you can see, the one on the right is in good shape. The one on the left, a little worse for wear. And the names on there are a little bit rubbed out. You can see it says James, and the last name is Gage. Now, this is the Gage family related to Gage Park, not to be confused with the Gage family of Battlefield Park. And that was Mary Jones Gage. Now, the crack in the one stone here didn't come because of time. It actually came because of vandalism. The Hamilton Cemetery here, one of the main reasons why people aren't allowed in the cemetery at night is because of an act of vandalism that happened a bunch of years back, and this was the worst recipient of it. And you can kind of see it in the distance there. The Sanford Mausoleum, the one with the angel pointing to the heaven above it, that also had a stained glass window that was smashed to bits. So these things are irreplaceable. And for this one here, the kids, they came to the stone lifting it up thinking that they would find a body underneath, but they didn't know with these crypts that the body is actually still buried 6 feet under the ground, and that it's just a monument if nothing else. So they lifted up the stone here for Mary Gage, and then they dropped it when they didn't see a body, and it cracked in two. So an unfortunate situation, but at least the stone still remains for people to come see. Now, there's a bit of confusion between the Gage families, and the fact that her name is Mary, it doesn't help either. There was two, and I mentioned Battlefield Park. So this is Gage Park, Gage family. Battlefield Park, Mary Jones Gage was the head of that family. She would be locked in the basement with the rest of them when the Americans took over the land before the Battle of Stony Creek. Now, an interesting thing, Mary Jones Gage's body is not in the Hamilton Cemetery. It used to be in a cemetery that was located at Victoria Street and in between Main and King there. Today, the First Place Tower is in the same location. Now, the reason the First Place Tower is there is because the church and cemetery that used to be on the land, the church burnt down in a fire about half of a century ago, and they were going to move the cemetery so they could build the tower, and then they're moving the bodies. They left the site alone for the evening time. They come in the next morning, and the gravestone and coffin with the body inside of Mary Jones Gage has gone missing. So I always wonder where that ended up, if it's sitting in someone's basement right now, or if it ended up on the antique circuit. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll see it on Antiques Roadshow. Well, this is Daniel from the Ghost Walks, signing off from the Hamilton Cemetery, and with me, as always, eating grass right now, is Edgar.